So, headed to the Middleton City Hall to see if they have taken any consideration to the notice to sue, and in light of the today's changes, if they plan to allow me to. The case was dismissed today, a couple of hours ago. So they've had about 5 or 6 months since I gave them the notice to sue. And today the case was dismissed, so I think they've had time to think about it. And now that the case is dismissed, maybe they're open to discussing the city's how the city deprivation of rights. So now that because your rights are deprivated, usually the city feels obligated to, or not obligated, feels it's reasonable to balance the wrong, something that was not supposed to happen, but to make things right. So let's find out how they feel. All right. Let's find out. City Hall. Oh man. If they disagree or they don't have an answer, I'm going straight downtown for federal. Hi, my name is John. Hi, either person. It's about 6 months ago. I came in with a claim of injury.
Okay.
A police officer violated my civil rights.
Okay.
And today, a couple of hours ago, they decided to dismiss the case. I got a letter from the city attorney, and he said that we will not pursue the case anymore, and we would like to dismiss the case and have it removed from the court's calendar. So I think that's an admission of we were wrong.
I can't speak on that.
Okay.
So we contract out the city attorney. So he works for Desmond, I think.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure who you would want to talk to. If it's the police, the lawyer, or.
Oh no, I think this concluded, legally, not criminally concluded. Yeah. And now it's a civil matter to discuss. So there's still a civil case because my rights were violated.
Yep, and I understand that. I'm just wondering who you would need to proceed, because and this office right here is finance.
Okay.
We can't. I mean, we just see whenever we have to pay it out.
Yeah.
Or they pay us. But, so if it's like court, that would be in court in another building.
Yeah.
If it's police, it's the other building. If it's if you wanted to talk to the lawyer or the city attorney, that would be in their office, which is not here.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to see where I can direct you to.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you don't have any right to do so.
Yeah.
Finance. I don't think can help you, but
I was told that you guys were in charge of the police. The city clerk, the city hall has.
City hall has our city administrator, which is the big boss of everybody.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to talk to him, then I can get him for you. But for us, we can't do. I don't know how to guide you, but I can always get you the city administrator.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll ask him his thoughts on the notice that. And any response you guys have for that notice I gave you.
Okay.
The notice of injury.
I would have to talk to my boss because I think he deals with insurance claims, which would be that.
Yeah.
So just give me a sec. I'll see if the administrator is here.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is John Lattimore.
And the case is under that, or
Yeah, yes, it is.
So
yeah.
What was your name again?
John Lattimore.
John Lattimore. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So if they don't, I don't know what the heck. Either way, I'm going to file a federal case. Because that's what I heard. I heard the city has the option to help you or to make things right. It's an option the city has. They don't have to. If you go to federal court, that judge is the one who obligates a city to compensate you or to make things right if anyone violated your civil rights. So you usually have to get a court order, or the city takes it upon themselves and they do it themselves. If they choose not to, I gave them 6 months to make a choice or to come up with, to think about what's legal, what I did, and how they respond to it, how they plan to respond to it. So if they say after 6 months, we don't want anything to do with you, or we aren't going to do anything, then that means something. That you have to go to a federal judge to get your rights for the civil case, to satisfy any civil wrongful actions taken by the police department. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I think that's the next step. So I'm going to see what they decide. And if they are like, we've heard about this, we've thought about this, this is what's going to happen next.
So he deals with the insurance part. He did say that the city insurance denied it.
Okay.
So that's why it was. That's why the case was dropped. But he did say that if you wanted to pursue a civil case for that, then you would have to contact the lawyer or the city court. So do you know where that is, right?
Yeah. Over there.
On Donna Drive.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess that's how you would reopen it or pursue further.
Yeah, they closed. They took it off the court schedule.
Yep, so I think you would talk to either the chief there or the court or the judge. I think.
Okay.
I can try to help explain rather than tell Diego and then tell you. I'm Bill Burns. I'm the city's finance director. I think we may have spoke when you came in back in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we received that claim that you gave to us at that time. We sent that to our insurance company. Our company did not take any action to pay that claim. So at this point, it's essentially that claim is deemed denied by an insurance company.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to pursue civil action, like basically take court action against the city.
Yeah.
So that's something that you would need to work either with an attorney or with the court to file.
Okay.
That's not something we can help you do, but that's kind of what your next step would be.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Did they say why it was denied, or did they not? They just say
it's not something I can discuss with you because there could be potential legal action.
Got it. All right. Do you guys? A while ago, I got like a letter from an insurance company, from the City of Madison's insurance company, who they made the same claim. The denial. The guy said, but there was an explanation for that denial. So that's why I asked if you guys did this.
Not that I've seen. I can follow up with our insurance company and see if they do have something. And if they do, make sure they send you a copy of that. But I have not seen one from them.
All right.
I can check on that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I think I know what to do next. I know that it's the city makes that determination, or like your insurance companies make, and then it's all to. I know what to do next. I will go to downtown Madison and file a federal civil rights violation, and tell them that my First Amendment right was violated. The case was dismissed, and I would like to do the next step. To just follow the procedure.
I think that's your next step.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So I guess the city insurance denied it because they don't think I'm financially capable. So if I was rich, right? If they knew if the city attorneys, if the city insurance did a background check on me, they would know. Well, if the city insurance company felt like I was financially stable, they would have paid me out because they don't want to risk a federal lawsuit. A federal lawsuit being filed and the attention from a federal lawsuit being placed on their city, because the news is going to come in, the police officer is going to be interviewed, people are going to be like, who violated who's right, who's getting federally sued, blah, blah, blah. The city wants to avoid that sort of attention, especially highlighting one of their officers violated somebody's rights. And they gamble that if you're poor, they can deny you up front. They don't have to pay you anything because you can't do anything about it. You can't afford to file a federal lawsuit. But that doesn't make any sense. You can file a federal lawsuit for free. Oh, competence. You aren't competent enough to file a federal lawsuit. You don't even know what a federal court is. So they're betting on your intelligence. So your financial standings are closely related to your intelligence. So if you're smart, you're rich. And since you're poor, you must not be that smart. And if you're not that smart and you're poor, there's a good chance you don't know what to do next. You don't know to file a federal lawsuit. So I already wrote the federal lawsuit out like a few months ago. I wrote it. It's right here. I'll show you guys. I'm going to post this in a second. I wrote the federal lawsuit. I wrote the federal lawsuit like a few weeks ago. I already have it written out. I was prepared for this, so I didn't have to waste any time. So the federal lawsuit is right here, and I already filled it out. I'll show you. See? Already filled out. I'll show you another page. God dang it. So I wrote several. I filled it out. You see? So I'm gonna go file that. Okay, because I'm I'm poor, but I'm smart, which is the opposite of how things are in American civilization is supposed to be. As you increase your intelligence, your financial standings were supposed to improve as well. So as you get smarter, you learn, you mature, you do the right thing. Your stature, income was supposed to come with it. So as you got smarter, your income was supposed to rise. That's how the civilization was built. But people took over. So on paper, that's how it's supposed to work out. But then you have freedom. People have freedom. So they stop choosing people based on their intelligence, and they start choosing people for other reasons. So being smart doesn't get you paid anymore. People get selected for social reasons. Well, I like the clothes you wear, or I like your friends, or I like the fact that you're willing to have sex with me. So, or sex with some of my friends. So I'm gonna hire you. So it stopped being about intelligence, and it started being about income. Started being about social value. So I gotta go file this federal lawsuit quick, and then I'll have to before they close. The federal building closes today. But yeah, I guess they thought I was stupid, or I didn't know my rights. I didn't know that I had a federal rights to the knowledge of to sue, and where to sue, and how to sue, and what to do if the city declines to help you. So I guess the insurance company is very strategic. So just because they deny you the claim, they have. That's why he didn't tell me why. They didn't tell me why because they would have to say something like it wasn't illegal. Your charge was legal, was a rightful charge. But since they didn't say that and they denied me, they're questioning my intelligence. Like they're doing something off the books, out of sight of the public, beyond the public's view, which is why they didn't give a statement. If they gave a statement, they would look incompetent or like gangsters or like thugs or bad people. And so to avoid looking like a bad person, you don't issue a statement. You just deny it and don't say why. So you don't look like a bad person. Then you question the intelligence of the person you denied in order to get them to file a federal, or to see what they'll do. They'll usually walk away, go away, and do nothing, right? Because they believe since you denied them, they're not entitled to anything. Well, they don't know that that's a normal thing insurance companies do. And that there's a judge who has a public duty, who isn't an insurance company, who has a public duty to give a statement regarding your claim, your civil rights claim, and whether or not your rights are violated and whether or not you're entitled to any compensation, which everyone knows you are. As soon as your rights are violated, you're entitled to some form of compensation, even the deprivation of rights for a moment, for a year, for days or hours. It doesn't matter. Any deprivation of rights has a monetary. We have a monetary way to compensate that person. So, and then if that person's really smart or has a value in the community, the judge has leeway to determine how damaging it was for your rights being violated. So I'm going to go file that civil rights violation real quick and see what the federal judge says.